There we go. I forgot to unmute myself. All right. Hope you guys can hear me. I think I saw there was a few of you. There's three people. Sweet. All right. Awesome. Everything seems to be working. Chat's working. Thanks, Ethan EB Omnitrix, for the follow. Everything seems to be working all right. Awesome. I spent like 3 hours this afternoon trying to get everything ready before the stream, making sure I had everything ready. So nice. I'm gonna turn on some music. Background. Thanks, Staworski. Sorry, I couldn't see your name properly on the. I can see it on the preview and I can see it in the activity feed, so it's it was a little hard to see it on the preview. How's the music sound? I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit because it sounds a little loud to me. All right. Does that sound good, guys? Everything. Actually, is that coming through for you guys? Okay, now it should be. All right. Does that sound good? Music's not too loud. My voice is fine. Yay or nay? Uh, let's see. So, first stream off to a great start. Is my camera picking me up? My camera froze. Oh, OBS is frozen. Oh no. Nothing is working all of a sudden. Alright, am I back? Hang on. Let me turn off the music. It looks like I'm frozen, and I'm not quite sure why. Oh, okay, finally. Jeez, just all of a sudden I couldn't see. Okay, on my side it like froze, and like the camera wasn't moving. Like I couldn't see myself moving on the camera. The text scroll at the bottom for the follow wasn't moving. Okay, yep. All right. I wonder if it was the music because it stopped shortly after I stopped the music. I'm gonna turn the music back on and hopefully it's not gonna happen again. All right. So, just kind of chill stream, just like chatting. Also, you'll notice for some reason like my camera will like darken when I like or sometimes like when I move my head like the camera will darken or lighten, which is weird because I've got a light. Well, it's like right there. It's not like right overhead, so it's kind of weird. I haven't gotten around to fixing the lighting situation with this. Thankfully, it's quiet this afternoon, or at least mostly quiet. Earlier, when I was getting ready for the stream, uh, earlier when I was getting ready for the stream, my neighbor had somebody over, and like my neighbor's hard of hearing, so it was super loud. Um, what's the stream gonna be about? It's pretty much just this. I just wanted to like chill, hang out, and like get used to streaming. So sorry if this is boring. This is kind of all I had planned. If I had more time, or rather, if I'd given myself more time, I probably would have set up a game or something to play. But that I didn't have a whole lot of time for. I spent most of my time actually working on the little stream start thing because I made that song last night, the little track that plays there, and it's weird because like I was almost done with it, and then like I go to add something, and it just like um okay, I'm anxious about the music being too loud. Seems fine. Thanks. I was super paranoid about like something going wrong, and of course something did, at least on my end. But hopefully it looks fine in the VOD. Um, so yeah, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so the something went wrong with the track in my music program, and it just like it sucked. Like it's not the greatest track when you listen to it. I don't think it's the greatest thing I've ever made. It's certainly got flaws, but like it sounded pretty good. And then like something was up with the synth, and like the drop was like muffled for some reason. Like it's kind of loud in like the finished version. Yes, Magic's Music Maker. Uh, I've been meaning to transition to a different program, but like every time I say that, it's like I end up starting new projects in Music Maker, and like I'm stuck because I'm like, well, I've already started it here. There's no reason to like abandon it because I'm moving to a different program. Uh, but so yeah, I was trying to use a plugin from Cymatics called geez, what was it called? Hang on. Uh, oops, scrolled past it. Diablo. So Diablo is supposed to be a plugin that's supposed to like help add this to your drums. I mean, you can use it for other stuff, but it's mostly for like drums. So like you can add punch to it and stuff, which like you can kind of do. It's supposed to be like separate from like your drum machine, or if you're using like samples and loops, like it's good for that. But I was trying to do that on the drums for stream start screen track, and like it seemed to be affecting the entire song instead of just like the one track that drums are on, which is weird. So it was already like after midnight at that time, and I'm like, well, I screw it. I'm just gonna work on this tomorrow. And then first thing this morning, I open up the project, and it sounds fine. So it's really weird, but I have a bad habit of biting my nails, especially like when I'm just talking. It's like a weird tick I have. So, what are you guys up to on this? Well, it's probably Sunday for you, EB, but I don't think it is for you, Staw, is it? If it is, it's probably not afternoon. Kind of wish I had prepared more for this, but it's kind of just this. Um, uh, I don't know. Schoolwork, I've been buried in it for the last few weeks doing paper after paper. Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of college, as I'm sure you know. You've been through quite a bit of it. Um, Surprisingly, I don't think I really wrote many papers when I was in college. I had a I had a college composition class. I still need to find time to compose episode Music 51. Yeah, I've been meaning to work on that track that you wanted me to work on, but like because I took some time off, I've never been this busy in college, so it's funny. Well, yeah, yeah. I've been meaning to work on that track. I just haven't had. Well, like I took the break that I took, and then like getting back into music has been a little like it's weird. It's like when I I enjoyed the time away from it, but at the same time like I wanted to work on music, and now that I want to work on music again, it's like it's kind of hard to get back into it. Like I spent like an hour the other day trying to start on a track, and like I had like the beginning, I had the build up, I had a drop, and I really wasn't feeling it. So, but I think the stream start track was a pretty good uh, practice run for getting back into things. So hopefully I can get that other one done soon. Has it's weird for me to suspend signing in music. Yeah, not has. Gotta love typos. Yeah. MC Server revival anytime soon. Yes, sometime soon. Actually, my brother's friend who was on the old server asked about it uh, soon, and I will get around to it. I just haven't had the time. If I do, um, I want to try and like do something different because like what we had before. So, uh, if anybody's watching this right now and like doesn't know what the heck I'm talking about, I had kind of like a private Minecraft server that I was running for myself and a friend, and then they invited a friend, and then another friend joined. They invited friends, and like invited, I invited Carol, and then Carol invited Staw. So how many were there of us? I think there's like 10 or 11 of us. Well, there's Gem of a Different Luster right there. Um, so like that was kind of an on and off thing because like it would fluctuate between when I paid for it and when I didn't. Mine is pretty much dead at this point. Well, even though we had a great reboot not so long ago. Yeah, yeah. Wait, yours? Do you mean like the Ink Tank one, or like did you have a different server that you were running? I kind of wish I spent more time on the Ink Tank server. That was kind of fun. I think was it you, Staw, who gave me like a diamond sword like my first day, and I'm like, oh sweet, thanks. Yeah. Um, creative this time though. Yeah, I did see that. I don't enjoy creative servers as much, or like creative in general. Like I used to enjoy just like flying around in creative, seeing what I could find in the world and like building stuff. Um, I actually have a video on my channel about like knocking over my mic. I have a video on my channel about on my YouTube channel, Paradox Multimedia on YouTube. For anyone who doesn't know, which seeing as there's only a few of you, you probably do. Um, but like I had a video where like I had a world where I was in survival and like I changed it to creative and I built a bunch of stuff. That was, let's see, I think I recorded that in 2019, 2020. I think it was 2019, and that world was from like 2013, 2012. But yeah, I don't really enjoy creative as much anymore because I'm not as much into building. I like the survival aspect more, like trying to build up a bunch of resources and stuff. Actually, on another friend's server, uh, recently we did like a sort of SMP thing, but it's like it kind of fell apart. It was just like normal Minecraft. Um, but like um, I've got I think 15, 18 blocks of diamonds on there. I've got like 5 elytras. I've got like 2 sets of netherite armor, or 1 set that I'm turning into netherite soon. Uh, because I lost a bunch of stuff recently and it burned in the nether. So I got paranoid and was like, well, I gotta get a bunch of stuff so I can prepare for the worst. Uh, the 5 elytras, I had one that somebody gave me, and then I found another one and gave it to them as repayment. And then I went searching. I found 4 end cities with ships, like within about 1,000 blocks of each other. Like I would go from one, I would just fly off, and then run right into another one. It's like what the heck. So I got 4 elytras, I got 4 dragon heads from that, and like a bunch of enchanted diamond and iron stuff. I came to a 5th end city. That one didn't have a elytra, so I'm like, okay, whatever. um, yeah, I I recently became obsessed, especially with like the completionist sort of thing with Minecraft, like trying to like get through and beat the Ender Dragon as fast as you can. Not really speed running. I don't think I could ever speed run that. Um, I'd probably get distracted too much. I was thinking about making the server survive again. Maybe we could collab somehow if you want. Yeah, sure, definitely. Because you would definitely know more about plugins than me. I started like after this server died. Like I started experimenting with plugins a little bit, and like took me forever to get like 3 plugins to work. And that was just like a backpack plugin, a just a basic like uh, teleportation, like warp kind of thing, so that we could just use slash back. That took forever, and it took me an embarrassingly long amount of time to set world spawn properly, um, so that like you didn't end up all the way on that first island and then like have to swim all the way back to the main area where the nether portal was. But yeah, definitely we could collab on that. You could probably help me out with a lot of stuff I don't know about as far as hosting and maybe plugins and stuff. Know a thing or two about plugins, done plenty of experiments with these back in the day. Yeah, experimenting is a surprisingly effective way of getting good at stuff. I mean, just look at my music. uh, Definitely a lot of experimentation went into that. But yeah, we'll have to talk about that. DM me, I guess, and we'll talk about that later. I'll see about that. If you or if anybody else from the old server is watching, if you want the world, I can download it for you and upload it to like Google Drive or whatever. If you want to play that offline, because I don't think we're gonna be doing that. I don't think we're gonna be doing anything with that anytime soon. Yeah, I'll send it to you probably after the stream. I was planning on going from, let's see, it's 3:48 now. It feels like it's been longer than 18 minutes. I was planning on going from. I was planning on doing like a 90-minute stream. Might just be an hour, depending on how I'm feeling by the time 4:30 rolls around. So yeah. Uh, the reason I decided to like try out streaming is like I've been watching my friend Fee or Clumsy023. I don't know if he's watching right now or what he's up to. Is he online right now? Even he is. Hmm. Uh, I've been watching him stream recently and thought, yeah, it'd be kind of fun to stream. And I happened to get a 3 day weekend off from work. I got yesterday, Saturday, I got today, Sunday, and tomorrow, Monday off. And Saturday, I had Dungeons and Dragons, so I knew I wasn't going to be able to do it then. Um, Today, I didn't really have anything because usually it's just like church in the morning, then work in the afternoon. And since I didn't have work, I have plenty of time now. And tomorrow is having a friend over for a good part of the day, so I wouldn't have been able to stream tomorrow unless I did like early in the morning before I went to pick him up or after I brought him home. But by then I would have been really tired. So I don't know if I'm gonna be like making streaming a regular thing because with my schedule it'd be hard to find a time that wouldn't be like 9 or 10 o'clock at night streaming. And I know a lot of people would either be going to bed or busy, unless they're insane like I am. That and like time zones being the way they are, like it'd be crazy expecting people to just like be ready to watch or want to watch if I just randomly pick a time. I'm gonna head on and try to do some work. See ya. Hope Hope you don't have a hard time with that, EB. Let's see. Still 3 or 4 people watching. Alright. It's not bad. It's better than I expected for my first stream, to be perfectly honest. I was wondering if I was going to really get any viewers at all. Doesn't seem to be a huge amount of lag. So that's good. You know, it's easy to think of things to talk about before you stream, but once you start streaming, it's like your mind kind of goes blank. uh, so what have you been up to, Staw, I guess? Or anybody else? I can see there's other people in the stream. What was it? I put a poll out on Twitter the other day. I don't think I ever saw the results. Probably not many. I put a poll out on Twitter asking what people's favorite song I've released so far. I've only released 2 so far. There was the song I did for New Year's called Yesterday, and the song I released for Valentine's Day called My Heart. Only 2 people have voted so far, which is kind of par for my online presence. And both people chose My Heart, which I will say is definitely a better song in my opinion. I definitely had a lot more time to work on it than I did Yesterday, because I only thought of doing Yesterday like literally an hour before midnight, so like 11 p.m. or so. So I'm just like sitting there like scrambling to get this done to make a video, which I just like found a stock image. I did some like very like minimal edits to it, added the text to it, and then uploaded it. And then like the next day, my friend Blue Lays asked me if I was gonna put it on Spotify, and I'm like, I wasn't planning on it. He's like, well, if, I would like it if you did. So I'm like, okay, I'll put it on Spotify. Put it on Spotify. So that's kind of the only reason it's on there, and I'm pretty sure he's the only one who's listened to it, because I think it's literally only gotten 1 stream since, which I find hilarious. Let me see. Checking through DistroKid on Spotify. Audience. I think no music. All time releases. Yeah, it's literally got 1 stream on Spotify, which I find funny because he's like, dude, you should put it on there. I want to listen to it on Spotify. So I put it on Spotify, and he listens to it literally once. Ah. Well, still 2 people watching, I guess. Well, this one better than expected for like the first 25 minutes. So, I mean, I'm not taking into account the first 5 minutes of the stream, because That was just, I mean, that was literally nothing. It was like, here's some text and moving background and a song. Mm. So, well, if anybody has any questions, any burning questions they've had for Jacob of Paradox Multimedia, go ahead and ask. I'm just checking some messages on Discord, which I know not typical of a streamer, but when nothing's going on. Also, if anybody wants to know like what song I'm listening to at the time, just ask. I got it sitting right here beside me in a Windows Media Player. The song right now is, I believe, A Moment to Breathe from my album Look to the Sky that I released last year. All of this music is my music just because I didn't really focus on background music when preparing. So I just like grabbed Unison and Look to the Sky and shoved them together in a playlist, set it to shuffle, and I'm like, that should be good enough. So, yeah. It's weird seeing myself on Twitch like 10 seconds behind. Before I started streaming, like I had an issue with the camera where, so my camera, for anyone who hasn't seen my YouTube videos, I recently switched from using my Logitech, I forget what model, like my Logitech webcam. I switched from that to using my phone as a webcam, which isn't the best, but it is definitely a lot better than the Logitech webcam was, which I think I bought for like $20. Um, so like I got to use a program to allow it to pass through OBS and act as my webcam, and I had a point. Oh yeah, so like when I first connected it, it was connecting via Wi-Fi, and I'm like, why is it connecting via Wi-Fi? I didn't realize. So like I've got a power strip going behind my monitor with a charger plugged in for my phone, and I've got a cable down here that the phone is plugged into currently to connect to the computer. And I didn't realize which cord I had it plugged into at the time. So I check, and I'm like, oh, that's why. So I switch the cord, and now it's connected via USB. So there's a lot less lag than there would have been. But seeing it on Twitch, there's definitely some lag still. But that's just kind of how Twitch is, and when you're streaming on the internet, I say, as opposed to streaming over literally anything else. Um, which song is this? Finer Things. Mm. Well, I guess if nothing else, you can listen to me blabber and hear music, which you could watch probably hundreds of other people doing right now, anyways. Mm. So, like I said at the beginning of the stream, or towards the beginning of the stream, um, I this isn't all I'm going to be doing as live streaming, but right now, this is just kind of what I am doing right now because I didn't give myself a whole lot of time to prepare, and I wanted to be able to do it this afternoon instead of like waiting until uh, like evening or whatever because I got stuff I got to do this evening, and this is just kind of the only part of my weekend I could really block out for it. So, yeah. Mm. And I'm just staring at my screen, wondering what to do. Um, so I guess I can talk a little bit about like I guess current projects right now. Um, as I mentioned earlier, I'm getting back into music. The first song I've done, I took a little bit of a break in January. My Heart, which I released, that was a song I released for Valentine's Day. That I had finished last year. And so, oh, hey, Clumsy, how's it doing? How's it doing? How you doing? How's it going? Jeez, you can tell I'm a noob. Man, how's it going? Uh, just ended up doing homework instead of streaming. Yeah, I was kind of confused. Like I was waiting for you to go live earlier, and when you didn't, I'm just like, well, I guess I'll keep working on my stream. Oh, did it just? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm watching myself on Twitch and doing this, which is probably why it shows that I have like 3 viewers. Fair, fair. I just started. Give me a break. I need the views. What's this? I think this is Look to This. Oh no, this is Diamond in a Rut. I can't believe I confused the song. This was one of my favorite and least favorite songs to work on, to be honest. So it's one of my favorite because it was like my first time like Chaz on the left is a bit compressed. On the left? What do you mean? Do you mean like the latest follow thing, or what do you mean the chat on the left is a bit compressed? Okay. Yeah, it is a little small. Yeah. Um, I'll have to mess with that later to see if I can fix that. Yeah, this I knew I was gonna have some issues anyways because it's my first time, but I tried. I tried. I tried so hard. Uh, uh, I don't know. But yeah, this is a fun song to work on because it was like dubstep and was my first time like actually doing anything with dubstep, and it sounded halfway decent. It's like, I guess you could say it's like maybe melodic. I never know how to pronounce that. Proud of you. Thanks, man. Thanks. Hopefully next time I'll have something much more entertaining than me struggling to stay afloat. So, let me see. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So this is interesting song because, like, I started really messing with the EQ of this, and it sounded, like, really loud and, like, washed out. Or maybe not washed out, blown out, maybe? It just didn't sound as good as it could, and like I was like kind of upset that it ended up sounding terribly because of it. So like I went back through and like tried to not be like so excessive with it, and it ended up sounding a lot better, and that's the version you guys got right now. So yeah. It feels kind of weird and a little cheaty, if I'm being honest, that I've like technically released this song like 4 times. Cause like I initially released it in December of 2019 as a single, but then also as a part of the Gems and Luster EP. Released it again in March on the Look to the Sky album, and then technically again on the Look to the Sky Deluxe Edition, which had the 4 extra songs on it. One of which was a rock version of Diamond in a Rut, which, oh gosh, if I ever do anything like that again, I'm gonna take a completely different approach to it because you can tell that the guitar is not like, it's not actually being done, it's just a virtual instrument, and it does not sound good at all. I'm like, I changed the drums, I changed like the synth to a guitar, and like bass and stuff. That was changed from like a synth bass to an electric bass, and I think I took out. I see. Yeah, I think I took out the vocal chops, but I left in like the risers and stuff, and I don't know why I did that. Cause like, you can hear that it's supposed to be like, it's the wrong structure for that kind of song, and it doesn't really work. It doesn't really work at all. uh, hmm. See, is this Look to the Sky? The song Look to the Sky. I know it's on the album Look to the Sky. Thank you. Yes, it is. So this is another really fun one to work on that I think came out pretty well, but I definitely botched it just a little bit with the drop. Like, my brother hates this song because it goes from like this nice piano with drums and like a little bit of bass and stuff, and then like it hits a lot differently with drop, and it's like I can kind of hear it. I personally don't hate it, but I can understand why like people wouldn't like it. I love this build up though. I love this build up with the piano and everything. I, it's hard to describe, but I really enjoy it. And I know I'm biased because yeah, there's the drop. I'm of course biased because it's my music. But like I, I just went and like spent several minutes like talking about one of the worst tracks I've ever done being a remix of another track. So like I feel like I'm allowed to like say that I like one of my songs after that. Uh, mm. So Clumsy, what you got planned for upcoming streams? I guess if you want to talk about that. New modded Minecraft SMP. Cool. I think you, I think you mentioned that. Was it yesterday or was it a different stream that you mentioned that? I think you did mention about that a little bit. I mean, if you're looking for somebody else, uh, not to force my way into your content, but uh, yeah, yesterday. Yeah, I think I just caught like the last. Hopefully, you can stream at 8. Yeah, I'll try to catch it. Um, I need to go do laundry after this. My basket is overflowing because I only do laundry once a week. Well, I don't ever run it. uh, yeah, yeah. Growing up, I say it feels weird to say like growing up because I'm only 22. Cue the Taylor Swift. But um, it feels weird to say growing up, but like when I was uh growing up, um, my mom made us do our well. I think I was like 10, maybe 12, just skipping over 11 there, when she first had us start doing our own laundry. And like we each had a day of the week that we would do our laundry. And if we didn't do it that day, we were uh, basically screwed. Unless like we begged, and I ashamedly was often one to miss my day. But now I've got to do it myself. It'd be nice if I could do it here at my apartment, but there's no hookup, and there's no hookup for washer dryer, and I don't have washer dryer. So, which I mean, if I did know where to put it, and it'd be like there would be no room in the kitchen for it. I know there's a way you can like kind of jury rig it to go through the kitchen sink, but no. So I like there's a laundromat down the road, but like I hate the idea of like spending money on doing it. So like I'll usually go to my grandmother's or to my brother's house to do laundry. I don't know why I'm pushing up there. I normally wear glasses, but like I hate wearing glasses when I'm like sitting at the computer. Just I guess because I don't know. Like I've got a big scratch on my lens there. You might not be able to see it well, but there's a big old scratch there, and I just haven't gotten new glasses because it doesn't bother me normally. I can kind of just like see past it. But like I hate wearing it because like if you look like everything just reflects off of it. And I know some people. I know you record your glasses clumsy, and like I have nothing against people who record their glasses on, but I hate seeing like the reflection of my screen off my glasses. So for I think for the past year or two, I've just not worn my glasses when recording, or now streaming. Uh, oh, I love this song. Again, it's one of mine, but like I don't care. This is Operation Crank It is like one of my absolute favorite songs, just because this just hits different. Like I love the distorted guitar, like the drums and everything. I should be able to describe music properly, but I don't. I probably could have added like a proper transition back there, but I didn't. So, uh, probably trying to think. It's to me it's weird to think of ideas for your next stream like when you're streaming, but I think my next stream I might either continue a game for my YouTube channel, which I need to upload the last couple videos for that to make any sense, or I might like try Minecraft or something. It's very hard, yeah. But I might, because like I've been playing through Frogger 2 on my channel. I've got 3 out of 5 episodes up there. When I don't know, I just do Minecraft. Yeah, Minecraft's definitely an idea. But because I've been playing it like so much, especially during like the whole pandemic, I would kind of want to try and do something else. Might try and see if I could swing Skyrim. I can swing my sword. Um, which that's Minecraft, so that's ironic, I guess. Or, yeah, I think ironic is the right word there. Um, I don't know. I might try some other games because a friend suggested I play Myst after I finish Frogger, so I might do that either on stream or yeah, you're right. I might do either Minecraft. I might do Myst either on stream or as a video. I'll see. I haven't really looked into the game. I don't. I know the game by its name, but I don't really know the game itself. That and like I just got a bunch of older PC games. My aunt and uncle let me borrow them. I'm guessing borrow them. I don't think they gave them to me. Um, where did I set them? They're over here. Hold on. Alright, so they gave me Need for Speed 3. I don't think I've ever played Need for Speed. Riddle of the Sphinx. Oop. Frankenstein Through the Eyes of the Monster. That's an Interplay game. That might be fun. Interplay, I believe they did the first 2 Fallout games. That's another disc for Need for Speed 3. What's this one? What is this one? There's no name on it. Oh, there is. Riven, the sequel to Myst. I would have to play Myst before I play this, because I hate playing games out of order. American McGee's Alice. There's Frogger 2. I always thought it was weird the way they made the disc, because it has the title on it, but like the background or whatever on the disc is just like a bunch of 3D shapes, and it says like a product number for it. I've never seen a game disc with a product number on it before. Let's see, Planet of the Apes, Mummy, Tomb of the Pharaoh, and what's this one? Vampire the Masquerade Redemption. A Legendary Tale, an immortal role-play online game. Or not online game, immortal role-playing game. So, might play one of those on stream at some point. Or I could just go to the old mainstay of Minecraft, because that'd be easy to set up. Actually, now that I think about it, it'd be a little hard to... Well, maybe not. I was thinking it might be a little hard to get Frogger to work on stream, because when I record it... Oh, BRB? Okay. Well, like, the reason it'd be hard to record, or rather to stream, is like when I record it, because it's an older game, like, when it full screens, it doesn't really full screen. Like, I think the biggest I can get it is like 640 by something, and like it just ends up being like this square like up in the corner instead of like actually being the size it looks like on the screen. So like I could probably resize that actually looking at it maybe, but like maybe not. I don't know. It'd be really weird to do it. So I would have to figure that out. Uh, I'd really have to figure out a fix for that. I need to sometime before I stream again. I need to figure out how to get the chat to like stay in the chat box because it's it's not staying there. Like it's not moving up the chat. It's just like it appears and disappears. And I don't really like that. I'd like to like I can see it here on my sidebar in OBS, but I don't I'd like for it to like appear on the stream as well. Mm. Streaming itself is a lot less it's less intimidating than I expected it to be, but it's like I can definitely still see like how it is still kind of stressful and like a little bit of a pain to like do. I just almost closed OBS. Holy crap. That would have been very bad. Nice. Mm. Mm. One of the advantages I can think of for Twitch who would be cool is like if I start like premiering my releases more on YouTube, and then like I can just hop over onto YouTube and like watch it with you guys. If there's like a bunch of you by the time that actually happens, it's going to be a little while before I release another song. Just because I've got a lot of stuff to work on. Before then, I've got videos to edit for gaming and stuff. There's a new Getting Over It video that's been sitting on my project list for a while. If you ever see this, sorry, Travis. Um, there's a kind of a music history video I want to do, um, which I might ask Kelsey to help me with if she has the time. Just because I would want to ask her uh, like how to describe certain things and stuff. It would be on a music group that recently made a resurgence, but it's not like hugely popular. Um, so that's kind of all I'll say about that right now. It is okay. I'm like, why is it saying that it's been almost an hour streaming? And then I'm like, oh right, I started the stream at 3:25, so I could have the whole 5 minute start thing. I'll get used to it. So yeah, it'd be nice if like I could see viewers in OBS instead of like having to check on Twitch to see. Ooh, 3 viewers now. Awesome. How's it going? Don't be shy. Uh, looks like it's been pretty consistent bit rate. It's not bad. I think I'm at like kind of fluctuating, but still over like 6,000 kilobits, which is It's not bad. Mostly in the green. So, that's always good. Uh, Itchy. No. Um, what else could I talk about? Oh, right. When Clemsy joined, I was going to talk about future projects, kind of. So, what I'm working on currently is kind of like simultaneously, I was working on two different albums. One with Blue Lays, uh, who is uh, he's not new to my channel. Like I've done some stuff with him. We've collabed a few times, and we're currently collabing on an album that I'm doing vocals for, which that's an experience. Because well, so My Heart I recorded last year, and was in a much worse recording environment than this. I know, hard to believe, but so now it's a little bit better. I'm trying to get some stuff to improve my recording situation here. I'm thinking about getting some soundproofing or like sound absorbing blankets, but I need to ask my landlords about hanging them up because it's likely going to involve putting holes in the walls. Um, I half expected to get a text from my landlord when I said that. Um, Also, um, I got a new microphone. Um, Not using it right now. I'm using my uh, I'm using the same microphone I've been recording with for the past year, I believe, year or two. Um, the Samson C01U Pro. I just had to look at the microphone to see what what it was because I always get it mixed up. I always call it the C10 Pro instead of the C01 Pro. 1U Pro. Ooh, we just almost hit 8K, 8 kilobytes for my bit rate. Nice. Um, Aside from like trying to improve things around here and 0.6% drop frames. Oh no. It's probably all those frames at the beginning where it just like froze for me. Um, so what was I saying? Oh yeah. So the other album I'm working on is my own album, which will also feature vocals. My Heart is the first song to come from that. That's been put on hold a little bit just because right now I am, like I said, trying to improve like the recording environment here. So I want to wait for that. Also, like try to practice more at singing before I do it because I can sing, but like it's very difficult doing your own vocals, especially when you're like me and like your actual music theory knowledge is like somewhat limited. So like it's kind of hard for me to tell if I'm in key or not, especially like throughout the entire song. So like that's another thing I need to work on is improving that, but that there's not much I can really do about that. So yeah. So got that album. I think we're gonna do 7 songs for the collab with not EB, Blue Lays. They're both named Ethan, so that's why I've been calling them EB and um, Blue Lays, just because it's easier to distinguish them instead of saying Ethan, not that Ethan, the other Ethan. So that's gonna have, I believe, 7 tracks. We're still working on that. I need to get back on that. And my album, I'm not sure how many songs it's gonna have. I have like a temporary track list written down. Actually, it's right here. How many currently on the list? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 songs on there currently, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing all of them or how many I'm actually going to be doing. I'm, of course, not going to read any of them off because, well, where's the fun in that? Oh, knocking over my microphone. The very thing I was afraid I would do. Now I'm crushing my not my microphone, my headphone cord. Everything's falling apart. So, yeah. Clumsy, where did you go? Another thing I want to try and work on for streaming is doing emotes, because I don't currently have any of my own right now. So that'll be cool to experiment with. I'm going to get better at this. I promise I'm going to get better at this. And hopefully be able to do some cool stuff with y'all. Not sure. When did I drop more frames? I don't know. Like I was saying before, I might do a gaming one next time. I just need to think about what I'm going to do. Minecraft would be the easiest, but don't want to just go for the easiest option. Oh, this part of the song just... It just hits different, you know? I say that like I know what I'm talking about. That just fades out. I don't actually know the chords. This guitar here is a sample, but I just know it's the right key, and that's what mattered. This is one of the few future bass songs I've worked on. I do want to do more future bass in the future. And maybe at some point featuring bass, like actual bass. Because I have a bass here. If I can get up and reach it. Just gonna sit on... Oh. I sat on the pile of games. Hang on. It's like I do have a bass here. I can play it, but it's kind of wonky. As you can hear. This is a bit of an old bass. It's not that great, as you can hear. Might be a little out of tune, either because I suck at tuning without... I cannot tune my ear. I did tune it, but, you know, it's... I don't know if it's the strings are old, which that might well just be the only problem. But I can play bass, I just have not really learned any songs. I have to have music in front of me, and even then I can only read tabs. I can't actually read the notes, which is good for bass because you don't necessarily need to read all the notes to play bass. You just kind of need to know when to play and what it has to sound like. It's if you need a B, need an E, need a D, or 3, 4, 5. I'm a slap bass player. honestly, if you're still watching, you have my you have my respect because uh this has been an interesting first stream, I will say. And I do hope that you will come back because it'd be nice to have some consistent viewership on this. Ooh, I just went up a viewer. Did Clumsy come back? Fee, are you here? Imagine I get DMCA'd for playing my own music. Which I don't. It wouldn't make any sense if it did happen because I would imagine I would have to file a DMCA against myself. Um. That's something I've always wondered, and like I'm constantly kind of concerned about because like even though it's my music, I'm afraid of like somehow like because I use like samples and loops in it, like somehow I'll be like I guess arrested for using them in my music, even though like I technically shouldn't, I legally shouldn't, because like I bought them, I have like it's royalty free, so like, or at least like in purchasing them, like I have the right to use them. But mm. Unison was such an interesting album. I kind of went out there with it. I did some hip hop. I did some lo-fi, which is technically still hip hop. I did future bass. I did um I don't really know how to describe Operation Crank It. That's kind of an interesting one. Um like I just did some different stuff with it. And then Look to the Sky was like an expansion on that. Just like exploring more ideas. And then Drum and Basics because the song Heart Racing from Look to the Sky, which is the drum and bass song, did pretty well. I wanted to see. I forgot what the song was for a second. Kick It Old School. Fitting, because this is from the album I was just talking about, Drum and Basics. Because Heart Racing did well and it was a drum and bass song, I wanted to try and see if that would lead somewhere. So I made an entire 9-track album of drum and bass songs. And it didn't do as well as I hoped, but it performed. And I got some really cool tracks out of it. I mean, even if other people don't enjoy listening to them, I do, and that's part of the thing as a music producer that's hard because like you want people to listen to your music, you want them to enjoy it. I mean, yeah, it's nice to make money off of it, but like I want to make music that people enjoy listening to and I want them to listen to it. So like I it sometimes it's hard to like get to keep that focus in mind and like only focus on like oh I'm not making much money off of this because it's not really being streamed and it's not people aren't buying the music and I released a song on YouTube today and it's not doing very well. It's gotten like 5 views and like stuff like that. It's easy to get caught up in that and not and like lose sight of the fact that like yeah, I would love to do this as a job, but like I'm really doing it because like I'm passionate about it. And I want to make stuff that people will enjoy listening to, and if possible, maybe make an impact with it. You know, so it's the struggle of an artist. You know, like I know not everything I put out is a banger. Like this, I think is a good song, but like I can see how like I could have done better on it. Um, and that's the other thing. It's like trying to be like trying not to be so critical of myself and just like working on something and then releasing it instead of like focusing on making it like and I should focus on making it the absolute best I can, but like I shouldn't focus on it to the point where like I never release it. And that's I know that struggle. So, but that's part of the experience. That's part of learning. You do it, you suck at it, and you eventually get better at it. It's like Jake the dog from Adventure Time. Sucking at something is just a small part of getting good at something. That's not the exact quote. Hang on. Sucking at something is the first step to becoming sort of good at something. And I'd like to think I'm sort of good at music, but that's just me. So yeah. Mm. Thanks. Like I don't. So it's kind of an odd thing. Cause like I think I'm good. I it's just like sometimes I don't know if I'm good. If you feel me, you've listened. I know you have. I mean, you're listening to it now, so like if you hadn't listened to it before, like now you are. But no, it's like how like people get famous and they feel imposter syndrome, and it's a little bit like that for me because it's like I see people listening to my music and enjoying it, and that's what I want. You know, that's what I want. But at the same time, it's like people say like, "Oh man, this is so good," and it's like it is, but like, am I good? Like this right here is like this feels really good with this song because it's like it sounds like a professional song kind of. I am far from a professional, but this sounds like just that bit right there with this synth here and like when it was under that low pass filter and you could hear the bass to it and everything. It's just like that's not that's I don't think that's the actual like mean thing or like what you do for it, but like I don't know. um but yeah, like I know well, I feel like I'm good. I kind of know I'm good, but like I was kind of saying before, like sometimes it's hard to like look past the numbers and just like focus on why I'm doing this. And like when you let the numbers like become your focus, that's when it really sets in where it's like my friend wanted to see the song on Spotify and he's listened to it once, or like I worked really hard on this song and like it gets less than 100 views, and even though that's like par for me, it's like it it kind of hurts sometimes, you know. But I know I just got to continue working at it, and like I don't want to say hope I make it, because like of course there's the hope that I make it, but I don't want it to just be like, oh, I hope I make it. I want it to be like, I know I can make it and I'm going to. I would love to just like I wish it was like summer right now. I'd love to like just ride down the street with that song Palms in the City, or even this song, what was it, Sun During the Rain? Just like blaring out my speakers, windows rolled down, just like that was actually kind of the feeling I had when I was writing what was it now? I wish I could remember my songs' names. Sunrise Vista. When I was writing Sunrise Vista, that was kind of the feel I wanted it to have, of just like driving down the road, sun's rising, music blasting, and just like that feeling of just like exhilaration and freedom. And it's got that pretty cool guitar solo as well. Was it this song? Because I can kind of hear it, but I'm not sure if it was this song. My friend Steven, like, I was working on a song, and he's like, I'm like, what do you think? And he's like, it needs trumpets. So I'm like, okay. So I went and added it, and it's like, huh, this works. But I'm not sure if that was trumpets right there or not, or if that was like something that sounded like trumpets. It's been a while since I've looked at the project file for it. That's the thing that kind of sucks sometimes about music is like when you're a music producer, like you need to keep track of your files, because if you don't, like, trumpet pog, yeah. Um, it's like you need to keep track of your project files, because if you don't, you're kind of screwed, because like um before I released what was it? Before I released my technically first album, Synthetic Shivers, which was a project I did for October 2018. It was five, maybe six. I think it was. I think it was only five. Um, and now I gotta look it up. But it was like these songs I had made for like for October, because of Halloween and everything. And it it did all right. But like I wanted to like remaster some of the songs, because some of them the EQ wasn't as good as it could be. Like I'm better now at music, I believe, so like I wanted to like go back and touch upon those. But the problem is that one of the songs, I don't have the project file, because it was from back when I was stuck doing stuff on my laptop instead of my computer. So somewhere along the way, I lost the project file for it. I have all the project files for all of the other songs, just not that one. I don't remember which song it is either. It's either Club Jack O' Lantern or All Hallows Scream. Which, if you haven't heard that, check it out. They're not as good as they could be, but they're still pretty good songs. Especially Dark and Synth is one of my absolute favorite songs I've ever worked on. All in My Head's all right. Synthetic Shivers is pretty good. That was an attempt at dubstep, but I don't think I nailed the drops on it very well. But yeah, I wanted to do that as a thing to re-release that, and because I don't have that project file, I could attempt to recreate it, but like it likely wouldn't be the same song, and I don't even know if I have all the stuff I used for it back then. So like, I don't know. If I did do it, it would be a lot of work to get that song back. If I did, though, I did have a song that I didn't release on that I would like to release on like a remastered album as like an extra song. So there's that. Let's see. All right. See, so my aim was to go till uh 5 o'clock. So I think I've got about 10 minutes left. So what to do? What to do? What to talk about? Hmm. I'm honestly surprised that I've like managed to do this and not just like quit because I got bored. Because honestly, I've left a lot of live streams just because like I got bored of the person and they weren't interesting. And obviously, people have done that with this stream because I'm down to 2 viewers and I had 5 at one point. But I guess that's how it is. Hmm. Hopefully, next time I stream, I will have the better microphone hooked up. I just need to get an interface for it because it's an XLR mic as opposed to a USB mic, which I'm using right now. Which it's not terrible, but it's not the greatest. A huge issue with it, being a Samson, I had to look again, C01U Pro, is that it's it doesn't come through as well as it should a lot of the time. It there's actually an issue with it, kind of like a conflict with Windows that a lot of other people have experienced, apparently. Um, so like it worked fine apparently with like Windows 7 prior, but Windows 8 and Windows 10 there's like some kind of software conflict with it apparently that makes it detect it, but like it detects it as like very low volume, even though it shouldn't. It's like you have to go into the settings and like adjust it way up. So, and even then, like I'm sitting like right next to my microphone. So, just to make sure like you can actually hear me. Jeez, it's been an interesting day, to be perfectly honest. So I saw the other day, Clumsy, that you were like your Discord status was like something about writing music. You plan on like actually like what are you doing with that? Cause like I know you can sing and like you play and stuff. Actually, that was funny yesterday when you were like playing your new boyfriend and then just like Poisonous comes in when you said butthole. Oh, cool, man. That's awesome. Can't wait to hear it. Writing inspiration for me is like hard to come by because like I'll get an idea for a song, I'll start writing it down, and like halfway through like the second verse or like the second chorus, like I'll just completely lose all steam. Like I'll sit there for like half an hour trying to think of something else, and I can't think of anything. And I'm like, well, I'll come back to it later, and then it just gets lost amongst all my papers, or like it just sits on my desktop and I forget about it in a text file. It's like I said this before. I could not have written the song "My Heart" without my friend Kelsey, because she was a big help with the lyrics. Otherwise, it just either I would have never released it, or I would never have, like, there wouldn't have been vocals. It would have just been the song, which I don't think it would have been quite as good that way. Like the music is good, but like it definitely felt like it needed vocals. But yeah, is it just gonna be like or Ace of Hearts? I don't think I have. Is that a song or a band? Band. Okay. Hmm. Let's see. Ace of Hearts. Ace of Hearts band. Hmm. I will have to check them out. I never heard of them before. Looks like they've got an EP and an album. Oh, they were both released last year, so I'm guessing it's a new group then, right? Fairly new, yep. Mm. I would love to collab with more people, but I feel weird about like approaching like other musicians or music producers and being like, "Hey, yo, we should collab," because like on the one hand, well, just like there's a lot of stuff to it. Like for me, like I use a program that not a lot of people use, especially like people who are really good. I say that, but I've never really like known any other people to use it, I guess. I use Magic's Music Maker, which is like a very kind of basic DAW, digital audio workspace, and like I have Samplitude Music Studio, which is like a step. It's like no, it's two steps up. There's Magic's Music Maker. Magic's has Acid Music Studio, which is the next step up, and then Samplitude, which is like the step above that. And like I've messed around with it a little bit, but like I because I've used Magic's Music Maker for so long, like I've got a lot of unfinished projects in it, and I want to finish those projects before I move to a completely new thing, and like have to deal with like it not working the same with a project file and whatever. And at the same time, like I keep working on music and magics because it's what I'm used to. So like I keep adding more to the pile of things I need to finish before I can move to this new program. And like I've tried other programs, at least I've tried their demos. Like Pro Tools, literally could not get it to open. Literally could not get it to run. I had everything downloaded, literally everything, and it would not open. I tried out Ableton, could not figure out how to like make audio tracks or anything. I looked through everything. It I've tried FL Studio like just slightly. It feels like really complex, and I've heard people talk about how janky it can be. But maybe if I actually took the time to try it out, I could probably be good with it. Make the best music that you're comfortable with. Yeah, the thing is, like, You don't want to get too comfortable with it though. Is the thing. And like while I enjoy using Magix, I know its shortcomings. It tends to crash at the worst moment. So like I've learned to like save a lot, but there's always one time when I don't save because I get really into working on a track and then I lose it. And it's like, well, there goes that. Uh like I've been meaning to upgrade, but like with a lot of things, like money plays a huge part. Like um I've only just like last year started using Serum, which is a wavetable synthesizer. That was like $189. And I got that last year with my tax return, and like it's really great. It's really versatile, but like I have to be careful with how I use it sometimes, because sometimes if I have too many things using Serum at once, um, like so the way a lot of instruments work, especially synthesizers, is they have voices. That's it playing all of these sounds together at once, especially with like when you're doing chords or like a really complex melody. And the thing is like when you've got a serum patch, let's say like you've got a serum patch with like two oscillators and they've both got like 7 and 3 voices. That's 10 voices altogether it has to figure, and that's a lot of math it has to do. Now, if you do that, if you do like several patches like that, they're all just going to be like, it's going to be trying to calculate all of that at the same time, and sometimes that causes my program to lag, which sucks a lot. It hasn't been doing it recently. I think one of the patches I used for the stream starting song actually had like two oscillators, each with 16 voices, and I'm like, holy crap, is this actually gonna run? But it played just fine. So I don't know. Maybe it's just like because of like where I had my computer before, I had like didn't have as much like doesn't have as many fans and stuff. Like there was a lot less space and it was more cramped. I don't know. But now, like it worked fine with that. But it's really unpredictable with that. Another thing I'd like to do is like I need an interface anyways for the new microphone, but like be able to like properly record stuff as well. Maybe that will encourage me to like learn to play more than just the bass and stuff. So I don't know. It's music is a big work in progress, but it's fun. Ooh, I went over my time, so I think I'll wait till the song ends and then I'll end the stream. So about another like minute or so. So yeah, I guess any other thoughts or questions or like stuff you want to talk about? This is the guitar solo I was talking about. I really love this. And just like the drums. Like, and the bass comes in. It's nice to be able to like actually like push my hair to the side because when I last got a haircut, it was cut really short. It's like my hair is just now like actually got some length to it, so I can like kind of push it to the side a little. Okay, I just did a weird. My mind just like just brain fart because like I'm looking at the screen and like trying to brush my hair to the side and like not really like saying like, oh, right is left and left is right. just clipped off the beginning of the next song there. So I am done for this stream. I hope y'all enjoyed whatever this was. It was pretty chill for an hour and a half. Might go a little longer next time. As long as I have the time to do it. I gotta go do some other stuff now, but I hope you enjoyed. I might upload the VOD to YouTube. I'm really not sure. But for right now, this is where I say goodbye. So, hope you had a good time chilling with me, and hopefully next time will be a bit more engaging, a bit more entertaining. So, I hope you have a great day night when you see this. Well, first I should say, again, thanks for coming. Check me out on Raid Someone. I will in a second. So if you, for some reason, enjoy this, check me out on YouTube, Paradox Multimedia. I upload my original music whenever I get some made. I try to do some at least half decent videos. Check out My Heart, my most recent single. Way avast. Yeah, just like check me out. I'm also on Twitter, ParadoxMM, and that's pretty much it. So let me find someone to raid. Let me see who is live right now. Who is live right now? Let's raid. Oh, Tommy Innit is live. Let's go and raid him, I guess. I don't know why that was on there. Hopefully that won't get me in trouble, but let's raid Tommy Innit. Over 200k. Nice.